2 years of war in Yemen have devastated the country and its people. The fighting between Iran-backed Houthi rebels and Saudi-backed government forces have left more than 13,000 people dead and millions in need. Even before the war began, Yemen was one of the world's poorest countries. But the fighting and a blockade imposed by the Saudi-led coalition have triggered a humanitarian disaster.
The parties to the conflict are closing their ears to the desperate pleas of the Yemeni people or the broad international community.
An appeal by the United Nations for more than $2 billion in aid to try to end the crisis has only reached 7% of its target. And the World Food Program says aid workers are in a race against time. The United Nations estimates more than 14 million people don't have enough food. And of that number, 7 million, a quarter of Yemen's population, are starving. More than half of Yemen's children don't have enough to eat. More than 2/3 of the population don't have access to safe drinking water nor adequate sanitation. The International Office of Migration says more than 3 million people have been displaced because of the fighting.
Preventing humanitarian aid and baby food is the cause of this disaster. I think the biggest burden is on the international community. They just issue reports. What can we do? A child dies in Yemen every 10 minutes. What can we do except bury those children?
And the problem is only likely to get worse. Aid agencies are warning the rival sides in the war that if they are unable to reach those in need, people are going to die in large numbers. The question is, are they being listened to? Chelsea Carter, TRT World.